Welcome back to my channel. It has been a long time since I have done this, you guys. I'm so excited to be back today. I'm sorry it's been like over a year since I've been on here. It's so crazy. Past year, 2 years really, have been absolutely chaotic for me and crazy. I have just finished my master's. I went back to school at an old age, and that was challenging. I got my certification to teach, and now have started a new teaching job and trying to get acclimated to that and learning the ins and outs of what goes into that job, because it is a really different type of teaching job. So anyway, with all of that being said, I'm going to kick off this holiday season with a fall home tour. I do hope to get out some DIYs for you guys really soon, but like I said, it's been pretty crazy, and DIY videos are quite difficult to film and edit and take quite a bit of time, and I just haven't had it, but I promise I am going to get to it. I have some really fun ideas in mind for Halloween and Christmas, and even some fall ones that I have videoed that I'm hoping to edit and get it out to you. But I wanted to bring you a little bit of inspiration by seeing my house and how I have decorated it for fall. I hope to get out also a Halloween tour and a Christmas tour this year. I have never done those either. So without further ado, let's get started. So I'm going to start out here with my front porch, and if you have seen any of my other home tours, you guys have seen this front porch, but it looks pretty different for fall, as you can see. So I kind of go all out and go a little crazy. My orange front door works perfectly with fall, as you can see, but as you walk up to the front of my house, this is kind of what you see. I do have a fall flag here hanging in front of the house. My orange pots that are here all the time, since I do have that orange front door. But as you come up the stairs, I do have these two really fun fall trees that I made out of tomato baskets, I guess. What do you call those? Tomato stands? I don't know. Anyway, turn them upside down. They have like a Christmas tree type shape. So at Christmas time, I also make these into Christmas trees, which is really fun. I made a couple of bows to go on top of them. And then I just have them in some $2 baskets that I picked up at Hobby Lobby. I think they're the ones they use for display. I have a couple of lanterns here that I picked up at home this year. They're really pretty with some large candles on those. They're on a timer, and it's not time for them to come on, so they're not on. My Happy Fall Y'all rug layered with my Hobby Lobby rug that so many people have, and I think I've shown this before. I keep it here pretty much all year, and then just change this mat out based on the season. And then if you come up here on my front door, I have a witch hat wreath, or a scarecrow hat wreath, I guess you could say, that I picked up at the Forum at the Dollar Tree. I'm sure if you are a crafter and you are a subscriber to my channel, you probably go to the Dollar Tree as well. So this is just my version of a really fun scarecrow hat. And I love how it turned out. It coordinates with the red truck on my rug and the buffalo plaid. I, of course, like everything to coordinate. Just to the right of my door, pardon that I don't have and I cut my finger last night. Don't even ask, on my paper trimmer. But we need a new lampshade, and I can't find one to fit. So apologize for how that looks. But I have a redone pillow and some buffalo plaid pillows from Dollar Tree. From Hobby Lobby, sorry. These are from Hobby Lobby, and then this, of course, is from either Marshall's, TJ Maxx, or Home Goods. My mom picked that up for me this year. She came across it and thought it matched perfectly with my front door. Then to the left of my front door, I have my two rockers that are here all the time, stacked up. So this is really hard to film, and you can see that the wind, we've had lots of rain today, it has blown over my pumpkin stack here that lights up for Halloween. Sorry about that. But I have, as you can see, some hay here and some pumpkins. These are actually jack-o'-lanterns, and once I do my Halloween stuff, I will turn those around. they plug in. And then I have a pumpkin with our initial on it, some orange outdoor pillows. I think this guy here, I think he's from Dollar Tree. This, and it actually lights up. So cute. I don't know where the plug is. Let's see. Well, I don't know. Anyways, this actually lights up. I'll see if I can plug it in for you, but I picked this up at Kirkland's. Yeah, Kirkland's a few years ago, and I really like it. It kind of has that rustic sort of, what am I trying to think? Palette wood kind of look to it. And then it has these little tiny lights you can kind of see here. Yeah, all the way around. And it's super cute. I like it. It's really large and it's really heavy, so it's not something you can really hang up. It's really, really heavy. But anyways, so that's what that looks like. Let me see if I can get some pictures at the front for you. Okay, now let's take a look inside. Okay, as you enter our front door, this is kind of our foyer area. Now I'm going to kind of give you guys an overview of how that looks. So you can kind of see, I need a wreath here, but I don't have one. This is where I take pictures of the wreaths that I make for my Etsy shop. So anyways, don't always have a wreath there of my own. And then you can see my dining room is to the left. And then our living room area is straight down this hallway. And then I have this large table here in the foyer, our stairway, and then I have a table over here. So don't worry, I'm gonna give you guys some close-ups, but I wanted to give you an overview kind of what this area looks like. Now, bear with me, this table is pretty hard to film. I'm gonna show you here right as you walk in. I have this scarecrow guy that I picked up at Hobby Lobby quite a few years ago, and he's starting to get weathered. He's been outside on our front porch most of the time, but I decided to bring him in. And then I have a basket with some pumpkins. Some of those pumpkins I DIY'd myself, just gave them a little paint job. I think I may have shown that here on my channel. And then just to the right of that, at the landing on our stairs, I have a table an antique table that I redid with an antique lantern. This pumpkin that I picked up a few years ago at Walmart. And matter of fact, they still have these. I saw them this year. Picked up a couple of them. I have another one in my basement. Really nice lights on there. They've lasted really nicely. I also have a clock and a large vase with these orange eucalyptus leaves that I've got on Amazon. I really, really like these. I love the color of them. It's a very warm, rustic kind of orange, which I really like. I think that's pretty trendy this year, honestly, rather than the super bright orange, although I still love that too, because orange is one of my favorite colors for sure. Now, moving on to our table here in the front area. Like I said, it's pretty difficult to film at this angle, but on the top of this table, well, first of all, this table I picked up at Home Goods, I don't even know, 6 years ago probably, so it's been a while, but I have seen this table at other places, even Wayfair and some other places carry it, but it is pretty large. I would say it's probably, I don't know, 7 feet long maybe, so it's a good size. But on the top here, I have some candlesticks I picked up at Hobby Lobby a few years ago. I think they still have these, and then some flameless candles. And then this sign I made, if I can stand back so you can see it. It is rather large, but it was a canvas that I picked up at an estate sale. It was really ugly and really cheap. So I think I got a bundle of things, and I got quite a few that day, and it was like under $5. So I would say maybe this was $2, if that. I painted this orange over it. I mixed some regular orange paint with some brown paint to come up with this color. It's a very burnt, dark, rustic orange, just like those eucalyptus leaves that we talked about just a few minutes ago. And then I made a stencil with my Cricut and painted it on there. Simple as that. And then I have an antique window that I always have up here. And then a bundle of wheat that I picked up at a thrift store, at like $1 or $2. Candle holder from the Dollar Tree. You guys, I love this candle holder. I think Dollar Tree really outdid themselves with this. It looks super high end and it's really pretty large, especially for them. You know, their candle holders tend to be pretty small. This is a good size, and I got one of the small, if you can see, Bath and Body Works candles in there, which is not terribly small, so it's big enough to fit that in there. I thought that was really nice. And then I also just did a pretty large pumpkin that I gave a makeover from Walmart, and it was green and I wanted it to be a little more muted, so I gave it a whitewash, and then you just stuck some picks under there to make a nice little fall arrangement. Down on the bottom, oh, let me keep going, sorry. I have a lamp that I picked up at Hobby Lobby, and then this cute gnome, isn't he cute? I loved him. I thought the green hat was so perfect with this pumpkin. It is the exact color. But as you guys know, if you've been watching my channel, I'm a huge Rae Dunn collector. So now, saying that, I don't have the collection that a lot of people have because I don't have enough room to store it. Not because I wouldn't want to, but I think I have enough pieces, honestly. Okay, so now moving down below, I have a basket that I think I picked up at probably TJ Maxx or somewhere a few years ago, with a blanket, some pumpkins, and then a pillow back there, another pumpkin I gave a makeover, an antique fan, a Rae Dunn pumpkin on a pedestal that I made. You guys, this I have to show you. So I made this pedestal, and I think I've showed this on here before, but all this is one of those gold baskets from the Dollar Tree. Spray painted it black, hot glued it to these kind of wooden rounds that you get from Michael's. They used, I don't know if they still have them or not. They were in the wedding section. They come in a 3-pack, and you can do so much with them. I really like them. So I just glued it to that, and voila, you have a nice little stand. I have a foam pumpkin there. And then this is a antique toolbox that my dad gave me. It was actually his toolbox. It's like a galvanized metal. I cleaned it up and now I use it to decorate with. I love it. And then this is a Dollar Tree pumpkin. This is a book stack, a wooden book stack that my mom made for me, and I love it. It is really heavy and really, really nice. She does such a good job on her DIYs. So anyway, I stuck that in there with some eucalyptus, and I think it looks so pretty. Okay, moving on to the dining room that is just left of my front door. This is where we came in. Sorry for the lighting. Oh, I forgot to show you this rug. Isn't it cute? I just thought it was so perfect. I know a lot of people are over the buffalo plaid, but I am not. I love it. I'm a sucker for anything black and white and so clean looking like that. At least to me, I think it is. But I love this rug, and it was only $9.99 from At Home this year. Picked that up, so you might can still find that there. Just to the left of that, as you come in the door, is a picnic basket I picked up at a antique store with some real pumpkins on there, a Rae Dunn wine thing, a basket, and some greenery. My chalkboard that I have not written anything on. Don't mind my half-dead plant back there. I watered it. It should come back to life. I just forgot to water it. And then I just have a ficus tree there. Now move on to my dining room table, which I love. And if you've been with me for a while, you know that I have this buffalo plaid here all the time, and then I decorate around it. The only time I really take it off is at Christmas. I do something different here for Christmas, but I layered it with a Rae Dunn family runner, and I love how that looks. It was like the perfect length. It just worked out perfectly. Then some black candlesticks I picked up at Michael's. I also have this barn kind of toolbox looking thing that my mom picked up for me at a general store in Pigeon Forge. Oh my goodness, I love this thing. I think it is so beautiful, so farmhouse, love it. And I keep this Lancier in here and this cotton pretty much all year. And then I just changed some florals depending on the season. So I may have pink in here or purple for spring, yellow for summer, whatever. I may just do white hydrangeas, which I do a lot. And I really like how that looks. But for fall, I put these little picks from the Dollar Tree. Super inexpensive, and it just really made it look like fall. Then for my place settings, they're pretty simple. So I just have a charger. I think I picked these up quite a few years ago at Pier 1 maybe. So I like them. I just like the texture of these. They go with everything. It's very easy to decorate around them. This is my china. And if you've also been with me a while, you know that this is pretty sentimental to me. This was given to me by my grandmother before she passed away. My dad actually gifted it to her with the money he made from one of the first jobs he ever got. So I just thought that these are really, really special. They are old, and they have this wheat pattern on there, which I love. And then all I did was spray paint a candy dish from the Dollar Tree. So this was orange, but it was this really kind of tacky metallic looking orange. And then I just spray painted it with, I want to say it's Harvest Orange from Rust-Oleum. I really like this color of orange. And then placed a Dollar Tree ceramic pumpkin on top. These I picked up at home this year. They are a fabric orange napkin. These are going to be perfect for Halloween. You guys will see these again. So, and then I have my salt and pepper shakers. I do collect salt and pepper shakers, and these came from Disney. Picked them up in one of the shops at Disney World when we went and visited, and I love them. Next to that, let's move, sorry to move so quickly, is my china cabinet. Let me step back. It is a corner cabinet that I picked up, I don't know, a year or so ago from an antique store. It fits perfectly in here, and it is the exact color of my dining room table, which worked out great. I had thought I would paint it, but I just haven't brought myself to do that since it did match so well. It does have a light in there, which I like. Really highlights the stuff that I have in there. So let's start on top. And so I have my rooster and just a vase with some Dollar Tree florals, a little wagon with some buffalo plaid, and some greenery, well, like some maple leaves, and pine cones. I just think it's very fall and very pretty. Now moving on to this first shelf. You guys know I'm not going to go through everything because there's so much in this cabinet, but there's basic Rae Dunn pieces in here, a stacked sign, some buffalo plaid pumpkins and leaves. You guys can see what I've done. And then I love this candle holder, you guys. I've got it at an antique store too. So vintage. It's so, I don't know, it's so beautiful at Christmas, but I keep them out all year long. As you can see, moving down, kind of the same thing. What I like to do when I decorate is I like to have some key elements that are, give it a pop. So here it's the orange, of course, against the black and white buffalo plaid. And then, you know, with all of this white, Rae Dunn, some black pieces, it all just coordinates really well. And you can use these Rae Dunn pieces. It's so nice for any holiday. You can put anything with it and it's so perfect. So I dispersed some buffalo plaid here, 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 you guys see. So it's kind of evenly spaced out with the orange. I just really like how that looks. And most of the colors I picked up out of this sign that I got at the Dollar Tree. And I think it all coordinates really well. The bottom shelf is the same sort of thing. Some Rae Dunn pieces, some pumpkins and leaves, a little sign from the Dollar Tree, and of course this orange Rae Dunn pumpkin that I love. And you guys know all of the Rae Dunn stuff comes from TJ Maxx, Marshalls, or Home Goods. Of course you can buy it on Mercari and other places, but super expensive. Now moving over here to my buffet table. I really would like to get a new one. It's a little bit too modern for my taste. I've had it for a very long time. It did, if you're interested, it's old, so I'm sure you wouldn't be able to find it. It did come from Crate and Barrel. It was many, many years ago. And then I have this tiered tray that you guys have seen before. I was inspired by one that the Daily DIYer made, and it's very similar, using some Dollar Tree products. And then I just put some random little fall pieces on here with, of course, Rae Dunn napkin. I folded up, actually it's not a napkin, I think it is a kitchen towel, tea towel with pumpkin and some greenery. And then here I have a Rae Dunn truck, a little sign. This is actually a 4th of July truck. This says Freedom on the other side there, but I just turned it around. And I have this little pig that I think he's so cute. Got that at Hobby Lobby a while ago. I have this Rae Dunn pumpkin on a stand that I picked up at, I think it was Hobby Lobby last year, with some pitberry garland there. And then on this wall, you guys have probably seen before, I have these sconces that I picked up at Hobby Lobby with some lanterns that came from the At Home store. You guys can see this one a little bit better. These are actually plastic, you cannot tell, but they're from their Halloween section several years ago. But I leave them up here all the time. Love it. And then I have some extra chairs. This is actually a 6-person table. And so in this corner and then in this corner, I have the extra chairs with some pillows that have pillow covers on them that are from Amazon. Okay, so now that we're finished with the dining room, we're gonna come back down this hallway when you walk in. And you walk into our living room, which I love how this turned out this year. You can see it's an open space with our kitchen and eating area, and then our living room area. And this is where we probably spend the most amount of our time, is in here. So this is kind of an overview of the space. It's not overly large, but it works for us. And then this is our master bedroom, a little hallway here. This is our basement door. So the couch I got at Ashley Furniture. In fact, most of the furniture in this house came from Ashley's. This is also from Ashley Furniture. This was given to us. I'm going to redo it, but I have just not got around to that just yet. But let me start here. This is how I did our couch for fall. So these are pillow covers. There was a set of 4 off of Amazon. The other 2 are in our master bedroom. You guys will see those in just a minute. But I just loved them. They reminded me, of course, of Rae Dunn, and they were the perfect color of orange for me. And then this pillow, I want to say I picked up at the At Home store. Let's look. It probably still has the tags on it because, let's be honest, I'm terrible about taking tags off. Nope, don't know. Anyways, I think it came from the At Home store, but pumpkin spice and everything nice. I think it is so pretty. I normally actually have that on my front porch where you guys saw the other large orange Rae Dunn pumpkin. I mean, Rae Dunn pillow. But so I brought this inside because it matched these perfectly. So I thought it looked really nice on the couch. And then these are just the pillows that came with the couch, and they're striped too. So I thought that worked well together. And then I'm gonna go over our entertainment center pretty quickly because it's not anything super exciting. I just added a pumpkin here from Rae Dunn, a few leaves, this sign that was working and now it is not. I think it needs a new battery. It lights up. It's like a marquee type sign from Hobby Lobby. They also have it in orange if you like that. And then on the other end, I just have a little house there. Up at the top is I have some copper pumpkins. I do have some copper in this room, in mostly my kitchen. I wanted to tie that together. We have lots of travel antiques on the top of this, so I really like it a lot up there, and I don't really change it very much. That sign, if you guys like it, it came from Hobby Lobby. I think they still have it. And then let's move on down. Of course, that's our TV. On the bottom, I just have a Rae Dunn pumpkin here. It says fall. And then it's actually, I think, a candy dish. Then a wooden pumpkin bowl on the bottom. I'll eventually put some candy in that. And then a Dollar Tree sign. And then some family photos. Here on my table, I just have a wooden tray that I picked up at Hobby Lobby, some wooden beads, some antique books, and a pumpkin. It's the same as the one that's over there. And then, of course, this was a gift to me from my mother-in-law. I want to say she picked it up at Hobby Lobby quite a few years ago, and I'm not sure if that's where it came from, but it's possible. I have another candle burning down in there. It puts off a beautiful glow at night. This is a gold, kind of bronzy looking acorn candle that I picked up at a thrift store. It matches this perfectly. So I wanted to put those there together. And I like it. It's very simple, but very, very pretty, I think. The chair over here next to our entertainment center is also from Ashley Furniture, and I paired it with a pillow from Marshalls and then a Rae Dunn blanket, of course, in the buffalo plaid. Now here is one of my favorite things, probably my favorite fall thing. Well, I don't know, a coffee bar maybe. But I love how this turned out. I wanted one of those really luscious garland looking things for my mantle. And so how I put this together, it was just a whole bunch of picks, large ones from Walmart of all places. They have these really beautiful leaves, and they have a little bit of glitter in there, but it's very, very subtle. In fact, unless you get close to them, you don't even see it. But they look very natural to me, and I love them. The color of them is just so pretty. And then I added in just random picks that I had. These pumpkin picks came from the Dollar Tree. And then I added in just some others, some florals, just to make it really nice and full. This garland I made several years ago from, it's wooden garland from the Target Dollar Spot. I cut paper out to fit, scrapbook paper. Used my Cricut to cut these out of some cardstock. These are wooden pumpkin ornaments from Dollar Tree, and I love that, and I use it every year. Of course, I have another Rae Dunn pumpkin, and then these I love. Oh my gosh, I love these. They are spindles that I picked up this year, if you guys can kind of see. And I did video this, and I'm hoping to get that out to you. But this is some spindles from the Habitat for Humanity store. Sorry for the shaking there, switching hands. And I cut them down a little, or my husband really did, and then I gave them a stained look. They were white, and it was that old outdoor paint that was not coming off. It was very thick, so we just I had to make them look stained. Tied a bow on there, and then made an arrangement for the top. And then of course I have our family photos there, and then I have another one on that side, and they are pretty tall. So let me stand back so you can see this. I love how it turned out. I think it looks very high end, but did not cost a ton of money. Matter of fact, something like that, if you went to buy it, it would be hundreds of dollars, and it was nowhere near that. So very happy with that, how that turned out. In front of my fireplace, and this time of year, you guys, it is still really hot here, like mid 80s. Yeah. And so this fireplace is not getting used. So I just put all kinds of things in front of it. And I have some pumpkins here. This is a fabric pumpkin from Marshalls. It's really heavy. And then these are just some craft pumpkins. This is, of course, a broom that I picked up, I think, at an antique store, thrift store, not sure. My red truck that I love. And then I just set up some little scarecrows and small pumpkins and hay bales. I love how that turned out. Then those are real pumpkins that my husband picked up for me, and then a crate and just a pitcher, a galvanized pitcher, and some cotton and a simple pillow there. Love how that turned out. So moving over here on our side table, I think this is really cute. This is a Rae Dunn candy dish. While this is not all candy, it's kind of a trail mix. This will last no time at all here at my house. And then this is a fall photo album that I made a few years ago. I do love to paper craft, so if you guys can see this, my kids were much smaller then. And this was a trip that we did to Dollywood and all of the fun that we had there. So anyway, I made this, and so I displayed it here for some fall memories. I have some ceramic pumpkins there and a lamp that matches the one on my foyer table. This is the chair that I showed you guys earlier that came from Ashley Furniture. Just draped a blanket on the back of it in case it does get chilly. Sometimes next to this window here gets a little drafty. My husband sits here and he gets cold, so covers up with this blanket. And then behind it here I have this small cabinet that I really like, and I made that out of another Rae Dunn sign. It didn't have on there anything that I wanted it to say, so I redid it. And then I kept this pretty simple since I had so much going on everywhere else. Okay, you guys, moving on from here to our dining table. Well, this is actually in our kitchen. This is where we eat all of our meals. Honestly, we do not use that dining room at all. It is just pretty. So that's all it's for. I do use it at Thanksgiving. So on the table, let's start with the centerpiece. This is just a piece of wood that I turned into a tray. And then I added a picture from Hobby Lobby. Then I love the texture of it. I don't know if you guys can see this. It is just really textured and rustic, and I love it. Added some eucalyptus and some picks from the Dollar Tree, of course. And then I added in these copper candle holders that I got in an antique store with some flameless candles. I have 2 of those there. And then this, of course, is a Rae Dunn pumpkin. It is a candle. And then added, of course, some leaves and some eucalyptus. I just felt like it looked like maybe the leaves fell off of there onto here. Anyway, that's what it's going for. And then this is a kind of a gold coppery looking acorn from the Dollar Tree. It matches those candles perfectly. So I love how that worked out. And then this is a galvanized cake stand and my fake cake. This is my pumpkin spice latte cake. I will be putting this on my Etsy shop. I'll try to link it down below for you guys if you are interested. I can make more of these if I need to. I love how it turned out. It looks so good because this is right next to my coffee bar, and so I wanted to incorporate the pumpkin spice lattes over here. And then, just as I mentioned before, I collect salt and pepper shakers. So this is a salt and pepper shaker. I think it either came from Cracker Barrel or Hobby Lobby. I don't remember. I think it's Cracker Barrel. But anyways, I love it. And my husband always is so nice and picks these up for me when he sees some really cute ones. And he got me that one. I love it. I know people are sick of the red truck, but I'm not. So then I picked up these copper almost rose gold colored chargers, but they work really nicely with the copper that I have in here at the Dollar Tree. It's been several months, so when you see things at the Dollar Tree, you've got to get them because I've not seen them since. Your Dollar Trees may have them though, but I really love how they look in here. And then this is just a black dinner plate, and this is a plate from the Dollar Tree. It's just plain white. Had every intention of putting some decals on there. Made with my Cricut, but I never got around to it. And then this napkin, I know I'm gonna get questions on this napkin because it is so beautiful. And I have, of course, a set of them. I really have 6, but I have 4 in here. But this came from Pier 1 several years ago, and now I believe all the Pier 1s are closed, so you may not be able to find this one again, but you surely could find something similar. But this is the same napkin that Joanna Gaines used in one of her episodes of Fixer Upper. So when I saw it, I was like, oh, I love that. And I went on the search for them and found them at Pier 1. So anyway, I love how that looks. And I think this is a very nice, clean, modern look. So if you're not into all this craziness, which I love, this might be a very nice, calming look for you. And I think it works nicely because this is so busy in the center of the table, and then this is very simple. So I think it looks really nice there. Over there, I didn't do much other than I have a copper pumpkin there. That is our wine cart. And then moving over here to my coffee bar, which is my absolute favorite thing to decorate in the house, as you guys know. This cabinet, please excuse my mess over here. We won't look at that. But this cabinet came from HomeGoods, I believe, quite a few years ago. So I'm sure they no longer have it. You guys have seen this coffee bar before, but of course I decorate it for every season, and I love doing it. It's one of my favorite things. So I have a new piece here. I don't think you guys have seen this on my coffee bar as of yet, but this of course is a Rae Dunn mug holder, and I love it so much. And I have some, of course, Rae Dunn mugs on there, and I have some jars I picked up at the Dollar Tree, and I spray painted the lids of them to be copper. This I picked up, I actually got 2 of them at a antique store, and this guy was kind of clearing his booth out. He said he had a huge truck of stuff coming in, and everything was marked down super cheap. So if you have ever priced these candy dishes or whatever they are, they're really nice, and these are antique ones, and they have the wood lid. This one has the wood lid. So I've priced these. These are around $40 if you find them most places, and I got this one for $1. So I think that was a steal of a deal. And I keep my K-cups in there, as you guys can see. It works perfectly to keep those nice and tidy. And then I have my ladder that came from Kirkland's with a really cute pumpkin spice latte towel that my mom got for me. And I always like to draw. I did paint this chalkboard wall here. If you haven't watched my videos before, I taped it off and painted it with chalkboard paint. I love it, and I love to draw on it, even though it sometimes is a thorn in my side and it takes me forever. But I've put some pumpkin muffins here. Like, this was a cafe, and these are real muffins. My family asks me every time, are those real? Don't know if I can eat them or not, since I make all the fake food. So anyway, it's kind of a joke at our house. You never know, but those are real muffins. We always like to have something in there, especially for breakfast. Makes it quick and easy. This Hayrides Rae Dunn mug that my mom picked up for me. Our Keurig, of course. And then on the second shelf, I think I made these on my channel last year, and I kind of did the same thing that I did last year. They're made from all Dollar Tree things. Filled those up with some popcorn, some split peas, and some white beans. Very rustic looking. Some pumpkins. I have an antique coffee grinder. You can find these at almost any antique store. And then a Rae Dunn pumpkin mug and a mug topper that I make. Those are also available in my Etsy shop. And then I drew kind of like a menu. You can't see it real well. under there. There you go. For say like a coffee shop. And some desserts and some drinks. I thought that was pretty cute. And then this is another one of those candle holders that I love. That one's copper. I picked it up at Antique Store as well. These are copper straws that I've got at the Dollar Tree, all places. And some more Rae Dunn, a gnome, and then another one of those containers I made. This garland I think turned out so cute. I wish I had filmed it for you, but I didn't. So, gosh, it's not wanting to focus, but okay, here we go. Hopefully it'll focus now. These are those little wooden cutouts that they have at the Dollar Tree. I used my Cricut to put some lettering on there and some puff paint and real cinnamon on the top. Then I wanted some of them to look like the Moscow Mule type mugs, and I used some copper vinyl, sticky vinyl that I had to do that with, and then also did the same treatment with the puff paint. And I love how that turned out. Then on the top shelf, I have some more Rae Dunn stuff. Those pumpkin candle holders, those came from the Dollar Tree. I have some more maple leaves and Rae Dunn pieces there. Most all of my florals, you guys, if you see them, the majority of the time they come from the Dollar Tree. Sometimes Walmart, occasionally Hobby Lobby and Michael's, but I like getting them inexpensively if possible. Then this sign, I did video this DIY. Took me absolutely forever. So I cut these letters out with my Cricut, which is what took so long. Oh my goodness, I didn't think it was ever gonna get done. But this was a sign that I redid that I picked up from Hobby Lobby. If you guys have seen the copper sign floating around, last year it was at Kirkland's, and this year it was at Hobby Lobby too, I think. But it said, I don't know, Farm Fresh Pumpkins or something along those lines on there. But I wanted a coffee bar one, so I cut out some wooden letters, really some MDF letters, and some accent pieces to go on there, and then spray painted it with my copper paint. And I think it turned out really cute. I like it. Here is another look at the coffee bar. Now over next to the coffee bar on my kitchen counter, I just have some canisters. You guys have seen these before. I just used some decals with the Rae Dunn type of font on there. I think it's called the Skinny. This is Rae Dunn here, napkin holder. And then this is a piece of wood that I painted this year. So I did paint this. Painted the buffalo plaid and the pumpkin. If you want to know how to do buffalo plaid, Whitney over at Whiskey and Wit has the best tutorial on that. If you don't know how to paint buffalo plaid, she has the best tutorial. It is amazing. So go check her out for sure. That's where I learned how to do it. And then I have a pumpkin there that I painted. I think it turned out really cute. I was completely inspired by a picture I saw on Pinterest quite some time ago. I've had it pinned forever and said I'm going to paint that. I can do it. And so I finally did. So anyway, I love how that turned out. And then on my stove, I just have just a little cutting board, Rae Dunn piece, and then this candle. You guys, oh my gosh, this candle is amazing. So you guys may know, but my parents live in Pigeon Forge part-time. And this is, I'm going to show you guys, this is where I picked this candle up. So if you're in that area, go see them at Yesterday's. The lady that owns it, oh, look, I have paint on my hand. The lady that owns it makes these candles by hand, and they are amazing. So this one is caramel pecan pie. Oh my goodness, it smells amazing. So I have that there, and next to that I have my Rae Dunn with some copper pieces in there. I really like that. And then I have a tiered tray, of course. What kind of decorating would it be without a tiered tray, right? You guys can see more Rae Dunn, of course. Some little things I picked up here and there from either the Dollar Tree or from Hobby Lobby. I made this here from those Hobby Lobby little rolling pins. And this is a Dollar Tree house that I just cut some paper to stick in there. Have a amber glass bottle back there. And then I have a trivet that my husband picked up for me at, I think it came from Hobby Lobby, but I really like it. I actually use it, but it's really pretty. Pumpkin there. Then next to, on the island kind of area, this overlooks into my living room. Behind this sink, there's a pretty large space there. It's kind of awkward, honestly. And so I like to always put some stuff there. It looks really empty because it's pretty big. So I just have a copper bundt pan that I picked up at a thrift store, some redone bowls, Dollar Tree garland, rolling pin, and an antique sifter there, some pumpkins, and just made a little arrangement display kind of thing there. Next to that, I have a rooster light that matches those napkins over there on the table. I picked that up at a thrift store, I think. Maybe an antique store. Same difference, right? One's expensive, one's not. And then, of course, this shelf that nearly everyone has, I think, from Hobby Lobby, but I love to decorate it. You guys can see I have, of course, more Rae Dunn and some pumpkins. These are some salt and pepper shakers, I think came from Hobby Lobby. Another one of those copper acorns from the Dollar Tree. A little house sign that I made, and then this little leaf was from the Dollar Tree. So just put that together a couple of years ago, and I always use it. So I love how that turned out. This is an amber glass mason jar. I have no idea where that came from, but I love it. And then just some picks from the Dollar Tree, of course. And this is like a little kind of basket. I think I picked it up at Walmart. And then this is honestly a paper napkin that I stuck in there to give it some extra decor, and then stuck some pumpkins in there. I think it turned out really cute. Then of course I have my pasta canister that's there all the time, and I do actually have pasta in it. Another overview of the area. Now coming into our master bedroom, I think this is a space I may have not ever shown here on my channel, but I don't always decorate it for holidays, but I really like decorating in here, so I think I'm going to start doing that more often. Okay, so over here I have this shelf that we picked up several years ago at Lowe's when we first moved in this house. I needed something to kind of fill this huge wall in here. Everything in here used to be turquoise, so I'm working on getting rid of that. Not everything, but that was the accent color, and I'm kind of over it at this point. I've had it for too long. So anyways, I picked this up at like a craft show kind of thing, and I'm going to paint those. I just have not gotten there yet. And then of course more Rae Dunn and a candle. That's another one of those leaves candles, like the smaller candle that I had up front. This came from Hobby Lobby clearance. This is a pumpkin. Listen, you guys, this is the deal. They have these exact same pumpkins they're concrete. It's really heavy. They have them at Hobby Lobby this year. They're $5. They had the same ones at Dollar Tree for $1. So I picked this one up at the Dollar Tree, of course. And then a picture of my husband. This was actually the day after we got married. This child, it's our son. He's my stepson, but he was, I think, 5 then. He is 14. So we got married in Destin, Florida. And that was the morning after we'd gone out for breakfast. And so I just used a pumpkin sign on this shelf. Those things stay there all the time. And then on the bottom, another one of those concrete pumpkins. And then a basket with some pumpkins and some picks in there. I just love how that looks. And then I have a chair next to this shelf. And there's another one of those pumpkin colored covers from Amazon, like the ones that are on our couch. A Rae Dunn blanket. And then over here we have a side table, nightstand, whatever you want to call it. And I have a book stack that I made with some jute and pumpkin and a pick, and then a sweater weather candle. These lamps, oh my gosh, you guys, I love my lamps. I've had them probably close to a year now, but I love them. I picked these up at Home Goods. All of my bedding came from Amazon. All of the pillow covers and everything came from there. This pumpkin pillow came in the pack with these. So it was a 4-pack, so there was 3 that had different things, like this one and then this one, decorative one. It had gray on there, so I thought it went really nice in here. I don't have a lot of gray in my house, but I do in our master bedroom. I love, love, love this bedding. Got it about 4 or 5 months ago. I got this blanket this year on Amazon as well. This pillow is normally where this one is, but I just set it here at the end of our bed. It's also a pillow cover from Amazon. This I picked up at a thrift store, I think. It's like a woven Afghan, I don't know, baby blanket, not sure, but we have that there. And then over here, another lamp, of course, candle and some pumpkins. And then I have this shelf, this peg rail shelf that was actually left here at our house when we purchased it. And I love decorating this. I just have a scarf here, Michael Kors scarf that I don't really wear much. And this is Us sign came from the Dollar Tree. I made this lantern here in a video. If you haven't seen it, definitely check that out. I think it's probably my most impressive DIY ever. You guys, this is made from foam core board from the Dollar Tree. Yes, foam core board. You would not believe what you can do with foam core board. So if you haven't seen that video, definitely check it out. It was I think my collab with Heidi Sambo. So she's amazing. If you haven't checked her out, I'm sure you have. But anyways, I love that lantern. And then pumpkins from the Dollar Tree, another one of those candle holders. My husband and I thought he was going to propose that night. He did not, so it was Valentine's Day. It's an old picture. And then another pumpkin and a few other decor pieces. This hanging basket from Hobby Lobby, and I put some picks in there. Then I have this tiered tray from the Dollar Spot. Just put a few pumpkins and some Dollar Tree. I mean, most of this honestly came from Dollar Tree. And then this sign I made from, I gave a Hobby Lobby sign and makeover. And then I picked up quite a few of these little cloches at an estate sale for only a couple of dollars, which I thought was a great deal. And then this little mason jar was from the Dollar Tree this year, so you can still find those. As a matter of fact, I think I still saw them the other day in a store, so you should be able to find those. And then up here, I don't really have any fall decorations. So, but that is what everything looks like. I really hope you enjoyed our house and this home tour for fall. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, I hope you will do that. I hope I gave you some inspiration, and I look forward to seeing you very soon.